So we're gonna talk about things we wish we knew about UCLA, starting with dorm life.
The first thing probably to know is that UCLA is an extraordinarily large school, so that means that like there's just a lot of people, right? And like they kind of force you to be in a triple during your freshman year. I think part of it is like capacity. The other part is just like bonding and stuff like that. So
people like the triple anyways.
Yeah,
because,
people like the triple.
You know, when freshmen, they really want to talk to other people and socialize and probably like open their doors and try to get people to come in.
I think there's like certain dorms that are typically designated as like mostly freshman sophomore dorms because they're mostly comprised of like triples or doubles. Yeah, we have to be in a triple in our freshman year. And like for us, actually, like we had like found like a triple group, and that's how we met actually. Because like
in Facebook.
Yeah.
I think if you search up UCLA roommate group girls / or boys 2020 whatever group you want to join, and then you sort of, well, what I did was I sort of wrote a post. I said, oh, I'm looking for a roommate this with like these qualities, these qualities, as well as, oh, I only have enough money to be able to pay for this certain dorm, because there are many different types of dorms.
Right.
For instance, you can do a triple deluxe, I think, a classic triple, deluxe triple. I'm trying to remember the others, but can't remember. I'll put it down here.
The difference between like a classic triple and like a deluxe would be like the air conditioning, right? And I think the deluxe has like slightly more space. So I think classic triple is like the very like basic,
very bottom, and
it's also the smallest, and it doesn't have air conditioning, which I think it gets a little challenging like in the summer. Like other than that, like you can like open the windows and stuff, but it's like mostly fun. Like people do it, right? So
it's not too bad, I would say.
So that's pretty much like a requirement for your freshman year. For us, it was COVID, so it didn't end up like working out because we were at home. But that's how we met, actually, because I read her post, and then I was like, oh, this girl seems like good for me. So then I like messaged her.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Even though we were never roommates. But
but we were suite mates.
Yeah, we were suite mates.
Yeah.
Although I have seen like some freshmen like request to like get transferred out of like, but it's like very rare. So like probably bank on just being in a triple in freshman, unless you have like extenuating circumstances or something like that. But there's also like several different types of dorms. There's so many different types, and like it's probably important to know which one's like best for you. So we mentioned like the classic triple, the deluxe triple. There's also like different types of doubles, I think, like
classic double.
Is classic double a thing? I don't know. There's like plaza double,
plazas.
I think, in which like it's like
you're sharing
two doubles share a bathroom or something, right? Like so it's like 4 people sharing one bathroom.
Yeah, because the classics, I think the entire floor is sharing a bathroom, right? So you have to walk out and then go down the hall carrying all your stuff, and then get a bathroom there. With different types of stalls, which can be a bit disgusting because a lot of people just like, don't pick up themselves a lot in those sorts of situations.
Depending on the building you're in, there's either communal bathrooms or private bathrooms. So private bathrooms would be like what we mentioned with like the plazas, like 2 rooms sharing it. For us, we were in singles, and the way that works is that it's like 5 singles share 1 bathroom, and then on the other side there's 5 more singles sharing a bathroom, and then the 10 people share a common room together. So that was like our situation. And our bathroom, because it's a private bathroom, like all private bathrooms only get cleaned once a week. Communal bathrooms get cleaned daily, and they're bigger, obviously. There's like several like different stations and stuff.
Wait, they're actually clean daily? I didn't know.
They're clean daily, but like there's just way more people though.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's,
true.
like,
That makes sense. Oh, and also if you ran out of toilet paper, well, for the singles, I guess, if you manage to get a single, if you ran out of like toilet paper or even need more garbage bags, I know that you can go down to the office and you can ask for some, and they have like a good supply, so they can just give you some if you need.
It's pretty interesting for like 5 people to share 1 bathroom. So we kind of had to like get into a schedule. Like we had this like untold like schedule of like who would like go like when kind of, and we all like, surprisingly we didn't run into any issues because I think we're all on very different schedules, that it like worked out that no one was like in our bathroom, because there's like 1 shower, 1 toilet with 2 sinks, so people can occupy the sinks at the same time. And the bathroom and the shower both have their own doors. So like, if you want to get in close, like you can like occupy like all of them at the same time technically.
Yes, but definitely I would say roommates are very important. The certain ones that you get are very important. That's why I reached out on Facebook, because I didn't want to get a random roommate. But in the event that you don't have Facebook, which most people don't anymore,
I made a Facebook to make one just for that.
Yes, but in the event you don't, you can, I think UCLA has a little survey thing so that you can see what different types of qualities you are. Like for instance, oh, I sleep around this time, I sleep around this time. From a scale of 1 to 10, I am this clean and organized. And UCLA will try to match you based on your preferences.
And also like room temperature preferences, like whether you need like white noise to sleep, stuff like that. And like, I think we would both agree that you should just be honest, because if you're like pretending like you're cleaner than you actually are, and then you live with someone who's actually really clean, then it's just like gonna be like incompatible. So I think like it's important to be honest so that you are like actually matched with someone who like you know, fits within your schedule, and like you guys will like get along together. So yeah, we do like the Facebook groups, but you could also go random, like if you don't really like care that much, or that's also an option to just go random.
Our other suite mates were random, and they worked out really well because we had the same preference.
So like we went into it like together, saying like, oh, we want to be paired, which is also something that you can do with like, you know, X number of people in your room, whatever, and then they'll usually try to like match up people who like would be good together.
And I think, I don't know if you remembered, but you said I also did a roommate swap thing. Do you remember?
Right, I do remember. I think, is roommate swap for like if you like try it out and you decide that like it's just not working and you want to move like to a different one. That's also a thing. You could also, I believe, do it like within room types. Like if you wanted one room and then you're like, oh, this isn't working, like I want to be in like a different type of room, then hypothetically, I think if you find someone to like wants to switch, then you could do it. I think, right?
I think so.
We
don't know.
We don't really know.
Just, hypothetically, allegedly, we think you can.
Space limitations. Being in a single for us, like, it is by yourself, but it is a pretty like, it's giving shoebox.
Storage, I'm pretty sure what I did was store stuff underneath my bed. So I got to some IKEA different, I think storage boxes, and then that looked aesthetic. Not those, okay, anyways. I tried to find some aesthetic storage boxes.
What were you gonna say? Not those ugly ones.
Like someone who likes that might be watching.
No.
But yeah, so I found those and then put it underneath my bed. And then I think another thing that you did was raise your bed. How did you do that?
Is an option. Basically, what I did was I like requested to raise my bed, and it's a little scary, but it's like somehow like you put in the request. I think you pay like $20 or whatever, and then mysteriously, like when you're not there, I think people just go in, raise it for you, and they're gone. And then you come back and your bed is raised. Like that was my experience. I think they just like came in, did it, and left. And what I ended up doing was I ended up sticking my little 3-drawer dresser under the bed to like make the room bigger, kind of. And I also had like storage bins under the bed as well. So that's like one thing you could do. If I don't know if that would work on a bunk bed. I think it would work, but for a single bed, it definitely works. I also know for like triples, depending on how you orient the furniture, I believe there's always gonna be one bed that's like, you could raise it like all the way up to be the height of like the top bunk, and you can stick stuff under it, like a wardrobe, stuff like that. Like vertical space utilization is probably like something that you could do to like save space, things like that. What else? Like, I think just like the orientation. Oh, and you have to orient the furniture that the way it was when you walked in, even if that's not how you had it oriented during your stay by the end when you move out. So FYI. So in your other video, you talked about like that thing where you like do a video to like monitor the damages, so they can't charge you because they love to charge you for stuff that you didn't even do. But so take a video and then to like if there's any damages, and then it will also help you remember where the furniture was at the beginning because you have to move it back. Which sucks.
But to add on to that, the reason why I decided to take a video was because if at the end, I mean, they're gonna do inspection at the end of the year, and then I think that happened to you. They charged you because,
They did.
because they were like, oh, the wall, was it because of the wall?
Yeah, I think there was like a hole in the wall. But like, cut this out. Cut this out. Cut this out. Someone put a hole in the wall.
Yeah. So,
And wait, no. Okay, but that's not even what I got charged for. I think I got charged for like something else, and I was like, that's not me. Like that, like something else that actually wasn't me. Like I was like, like I think, what was it? There was like a stain on the board or something, and I was like, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. But
so if you did take a video before and you can see that in the day one there already was damage, you can show them, hey, like I took this video, and you can see the date where I took this video, and you can show that it has already been there before you moved in, so they wouldn't charge you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, I think other dorm items that we wanted to get, I think for me, I was able to get a $50 mini fridge from someone who already graduated from UCLA and kind of like gave it to me. But if you don't want to make that purchase, especially since, you know, what are you going to do after it? UCLA allows you to rent this thing called a micro fridge, which both has a microwave on top of it and a mini fridge in the bottom. The mini fridge, though, does not have a freezer, so you'd have to, you know, be content with not having ice cream, which kind of sucks, but yeah.
You could also, what I did when I moved into the dorm second year, I brought my own mini fridge, and you can bring your own as long as it like, I believe it like fits certain regulations. Like it has to be like, I don't exactly remember, but they have like a clear list of rules that like your mini fridge needs to be like these dimensions. It needs to have like this certification, something. As long as it matches that, then like it's fine. And it was mint. It was really cute. That's pretty convenient. And if you have roommates, I think y'all can like go in on it and like split the rent price, and then you all like co-own it, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the washing machines.
Oh yeah, I think one thing that I definitely struggled with in UCLA was definitely the washing machines. They cost money. I think around $1.25 to $1.50 for the washing machine,
You
and
need
then
change, right?
a dryer. No, I think.
anymore.
What I did is just add money into my brewing card, and then I just tap it.
Okay.
Yes, but one thing is that sometimes the washing machines don't work. So I'd go in, and then all of the washing machines would be full because they're only, you know, operating at half capacity. And then other times some people would really have to use a washing machine or dryer, so they'd take out any clothes that have been in there for so long. So make sure that if you're, you know, washing your clothes or drying them, please, like, you know, pick them up at a timely manner, or else someone could just like bring your clothes out, and that'd be very annoying.
Like on the ground?
I'm trying to remember if I didn't see any underground, but I think on the shelf, like, but on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, sometimes a sock might drop into a puddle because they're bringing your stuff out, and they wouldn't care.
Wasn't there times where there would just be like a pile of water like on the ground from like leakage? Like I never personally used the washing machines because I would go home like every weekend or every other weekend, but yeah, that's not it.
Yeah,
like that's not it.
Yeah, and then I think one time my friend, she had a little Tide Pod, and then she put it into the washing machine, and then the washing machine wasn't strong enough to break the Tide Pod. So it was just like stuck in the corner.
What? It wasn't strong enough?
No, like it was just like stuck in the corner, and then she like took a video of it, and the clothes are just like rotating in the back with the Tide Pod just like sticking. And then she had to like do the washing machine thing all over again so your clothes can actually get clean.
Oh my gosh. And is it, it's a pretty small washer dryer,
it's
right?
really, really small. I think I took down like a hamper of all of my clothes and then was only able to fill a washing machine with half of it.
Right.
I think if you overload it, that's why it tends to break.
Yeah.
So, and it won't rotate. So that's why there's a lot of washing machines are broken.
Okay, so there's also like, for on-campus living, there's like several different like dorm buildings, and like depending on like what kind of dorm you want and like where you want, that would definitely like inform your decision. So generally, like, we have the Hill, where like the older buildings are on the bottom, so these are like the closest ones to campus, and they're on the bottom. So like Denev, Reber, right?
Yes.
And like,
I don't remember what else. It's been too long.
It's been a long time. But those ones are like close to campus, basically. But they usually are like, they're older. And then like as we go up, they get typically get newer, but it's also like you have to consider that you have to like trek up a hill like to get back to campus.
Yeah.
So we lived like in
The farthest
one at the top, Hedrick Summit, which is one of the only ones who has singles.
Yes.
Right? So, and then our walk to class would easily be like a mile, like each day. And it's not so bad going down, but like going up on a hot day is just not it.
Especially after class, and I'm
after
so
class,
tired.
I'm not fit.
Yeah.
Like it's like really hard to get back up there. Olympic and Centennial
Yes,
together.
Olympic and
Okay,
Centennial.
those are like the new ones. They're the newest ones, but they mostly have triples, I think. But they're more spacious than old triples, like in Hedrick. Like Hedrick triples are smaller, I think. Olympic and Centennial are bigger and newer. But yeah, so after your first year on campus, you have the option to move off campus. So some people choose to like stay on the dorms. Like for us, I think like we were like sophomores in the dorms because we wanted that like experience. But like a lot of sophomores just also end up staying anyway. You're more likely to like get what you want when you're a sophomore. And usually I think people upgrade to like a double or single if they want. It's more viable as like a sophomore, junior, senior. And I think they have a guarantee that they will house you for 4 years, right?
That's what they said.
They said that. We didn't end up utilizing that, but that's what they say. Or you have the option to move off campus, and one of the things you could consider would be a university affiliated apartment, which is like it's still tied to the school. And there's like certain layouts, I think. None of the layouts I noticed were like that you can live alone, like, right? Because I think I was looking for one of those and there was not one of them. There was one that it was like three people with like 2 bedrooms and a loft or something, or like 2 people with 1 bedroom and a loft or something like that. But it's never like that you could live alone. So like for me, like I went to live off campus, like in a not affiliated apartment, and I lived by myself. And then you stayed on for an extra year, right?
I stayed again in Hedrick Summit for a single for 1 year, and then after that I ended up going in an apartment with my friends. The reason why
Not
you weren't there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, the reason why was because it was a lot cheaper to do an off-campus apartment rather than the apartments that are affiliated to UCLA. But I think it's harder to find off-campus apartments because you kind of have to, email the landlord or landlady and then see like, oh, are there any availabilities? And then you sort of have to communicate with them, where in UCLA you just have to like type in the website, oh, this is what I want. I'm gonna rank these apartments. And then, but yeah, you just have to put a time in. And I think I started putting the time in February, the year before. The school year before I'm gonna start going to, the next year with the apartment. So
it is very competitive.
Yes.
Because again, we have so many students and like
Such
it's
little
really
space.
expensive. Like also like I think because our school is so big, we're like kind of I don't know, like I don't want to say separated because it's one campus, but we have like North Campus and South Campus. North Campus is mostly like all of your like humanities, arts classes, like everything like that. GEs usually like go up in North Campus, and then South Campus is like all of your STEM. So I think for us, we spent the majority of our time in South Campus, so that like would definitely impact where you want to find an apartment, right? I lived in Westwood, which is like under South Campus, and it was much closer to all my classes, but they also have stuff that's like in the west of the campus, and like it goes like all the way up, I think. So depending on where you're probably going to spend most of your time, you should probably look to like see like where the apartments are.
Yeah, so you don't have to walk so much.
Yeah, unless you want to. But